Before the rules of the road, traffic was a free-for-all. That changed in 1932 when the American Association of State Highway Officials issued the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices. The manual laid out rules like right-of-way, driving lanes, and speed limits.
The system works great on the ground, but the world is changing.
Amazon is preparing to customize its system for drone delivery, and Uber is getting ready to launch flying taxis. With all those new vehicles flying in a 3D space comes chaos.
We need a new set of guidelines for the air.
Movies like The Fifth Element make it look easy.
But how do we even begin to develop the rules of the sky? It's a problem we're going to have to solve sooner rather than later.
Amy Zalman is a futurist and professor of strategic foresight at Georgetown University. Steve Widener works for the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. They're here to help us regulate the skies.
How do we create order of the highways above? Fortunately, we already have a rule book for the skies.
Can you cut direct from point to point? Sure you can, but there are airway systems that function much like highways in the sky, and you would see this type of system evolve similar to that. You would have to have some sort of defined routes, clearly rules in place for separation standards and things like that in order to keep a system like that safe.
The reason this system works is because these air highways are highly automated. There is human supervision, but automation controls a lot of everyday air travel.
The pilots, for the most part, may be on autopilot shortly after the aircraft lifts off and to shortly before it lands.
And this autopilot system could act like painted road lines in the skies of the future.
Ideally, you're working inside of a system where an automation system will put you in the lane that you need to be in. You don't get to say, I'm going to swerve around this other car. Once you're in that lane, you stay in that lane until you get to your destination.
Air traffic controllers and onboard automation systems use computer-generated flight paths and radar to pinpoint aircraft locations. But radar has its shortcomings. Radar has blind spots due to things like mountains and the curvature of the Earth.
If they're staying in that airspace below 400 feet AGL, there's no air traffic services provided, no separation provided. We're not talking to them. We don't see them.
In the not-so-distant future, the skies below 400 feet will potentially be full of drones delivering packages and flying taxis. If there's no way to locate or communicate with each aircraft, collisions will be inevitable.
However, it's a problem NASA has its eyes on fixing.
There is a large effort underway. NASA's doing most of the research on it. The overall program is called Unmanned Traffic Management. This is the system that will be largely automated, that will separate all of these low altitude, below 400 feet above the ground operations.
Once radar capabilities are improved, we can develop a system that maximizes the flow of vehicles.
Some ideas suggest that vehicles flying further and faster should travel at the highest altitudes, while vehicles traveling local routes would be designated to lower altitudes at lower speeds.
But there's always at least a little bit of danger when it comes to a fully automated system.
Well, anything highly automated is also highly hackable.
And what about common everyday breakdowns?
The safety issues, when they do occur, are a very big deal. You can't pull over to the side of the road in the air. So what you could have are just very stringent requirements for upkeep. We have to take our car in for certain kinds of checks once a year just to have them, maintained by law. So what if you have to do this every 3 weeks if you actually own one of these?
Ready or not, flying cars are coming.
Countries like the United Arab Emirates and Japan are already investing heavily to make them a reality. Dubai is testing flying taxis, and Japan is allocating funds for research, hoping to bring flying cars to life in the early 2020s. So it's not a matter of if flying cars. Ready or not, flying cars are coming.
Hopefully, we'll have the rules of the air ready. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you hit that little bell so that you get notifications for when Cheddar posts its new content. We have so much fun stuff coming. Please keep watching.